If you're watching, make sure to have a drink of water. That's how we'll start. Welcome. So today's question from our Q&A is for someone who's really asking about how to get on top of their schedule. So currently I'm doing, I work rotating shifts, or you might be someone who has kids. You work a lot of hours and it just seems you can't really get a perfect schedule. It just seems like it's too hard. It's impossible. I do everything within my power and I always fall short. And I hear you. It's tough. Not really. It can be quite easy, but it can also be quite tough at the same time. Let me explain. So there's a thing called the ideal work week or the ideal week. So you got 7 days. We all have them. There's 24 hours. We all have 24 hours. And the coolest thing about time is it's the fairest resource. It doesn't care if you're happy, you're sad, doesn't care if you're busy or you're not, you got kids. Time doesn't care. Time's not emotional. It's just just remember that you're not bothered by anything. And that's how you probably want to approach it, because if you approach with the ideal week or the perfect week formula for someone who works 9 to 5 and you work 7 to 7 or you work a rotating roster, well, yeah, it's pretty reasonable for why you would feel like it's impossible or it's really hard to achieve or really hard to get what you need because you're accustomed to a schedule that doesn't work for you. So I'm here to talk to you a little bit more about an ideal work week formula for you and kind of a few tips and tricks and reflective tools that you can use. So ideal work week or ideal life is you look at 7 days, Monday to Sunday. All days are exactly the same. Remember, time is the fairest resource. So it doesn't matter if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We all have that ability and control to fix it and adjust it. So what you do is you do an ideal work schedule or life schedule. You put out the times. What does it look like? This is the one that I used to use. So I'm going to put an image of it up soon because for the recording. But for those that are curious, what did my schedule used to look like? So if I go type in trainer schedule, I have this all populated. And we've got a variety of examples. So what I used to do is I would train people at 6 a.m. in the morning. Then I would do like upskills or extra work from about 7 till 9. But it would be, sometimes I would train someone on Tuesday and then I would be in Martin Place on the Thursday. Then I would walk over and train someone at another gym and I would do admin time and then I would train someone else. And then some days I would do mentoring calls, but then on Wednesday I would have the time off and then I would review and meet with other people. And probably some of you are like, dude, that's really tiring already. Some of you might be like, I fit in 12 schedules in the day. Cool. And that works. And this worked for me where I was, though the question would be to follow up. And this is what I do at the end of the week is what are 3 things that went well, 3 things that didn't go well, and what are 3 things to improve? And that is working on the moment so you can respond to your week and you can adjust and amend. So it actually led me to go, I don't have enough time for administration tasks, or I need more time for myself. I want to journal, make notes. Then I blocked out Wednesdays so I could do that, so I could get ahead. So if Monday, Tuesday got really hectic, it's okay. I would allow that because I had the Wednesdays as backup. Some people have Monday to Fridays. You might be working that 7 to 7 job and you're like, man, I just can't keep up. Cool. Well, block out maybe Wednesday where you just down regulate. So there's no events in the evening. You just, my fondest memory is of Kate, especially around this time of Christmas. She'll like one day when she's finished work, she's got 3 weeks forced leave. Her first day, she's like, "Hey, babe, can you get me the remote?" "Sure, here you go. Can you give me some water?" "Yep." And she's like, gimme. So I get all the food and stuff for her and she just chills on the couch. And then there'll be a moment she's like, "Right, we're going for a walk." I'm like, "What? It's 5 p.m. Like, you've been up since 7. What?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm done." So everyone needs that down regulation time. Kate does it really like in the month, which I love, especially at Christmas. It's great to watch. For you, it could be the week, it could be the month. What works for you? And the thing is that takes time to refine and define for yourself. So you can, what went well, what didn't, and what can I improve? You can respond and adjust each week and literally with an ideal work week. So for me, like I had on Saturdays and Sundays, I'm like, that's business development time. Cool. Well, shouldn't you be working in your business all the time, Carl? That is a great point. And the business could be the business of yourself. So reading books and time. And I actually, for a while, got to a point where I'm like, I want to help more people, but we're just not helping enough. What do I need to change? And so what happened was I changed that schedule, and now I'll do sessions from 5, 6 a.m. in the morning till 10. So I'm working with people in the morning, and then 10 o'clock onwards is administration time. Sales calls, whatever needs to be done. Now I've actually tweaking it again and thinking, well, I'll probably do more, say, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays. And then I've actually got the full Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or the Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday as the time that I need, which I set a goal for myself. And it's really good. After 12 months, you can see how this comes to fruition. So with this schedule, don't just change everything after like a month, which a lot of people do. Like, that doesn't work. You got to stick to it for a good 3 to 6 months to capture some good data, like what's worked, what hasn't worked. So for me, doing the 6 a.m. till 10s or being in present and doing sessions worked really well. Now there are days a week where I don't have sessions. So what do? Well, actually I stay home and I read books, because my goal for the year was to read like 12 books, one a month. And I've read 4. I've read 3 of the books, like the same 3 times. So for me, I still didn't hit 12. So I'm like, okay, I need to make a change, because I'm only really doing that at the end of the week. And like, let's be serious, I'm only doing like one day. That's not enough for where I want to be and what I want to do. So you make adjustments in the long scheme. Most people are too reactive and fall short of that. So ideal work week or life, put it on paper, put it out. Doesn't have to be right, doesn't have to be wrong. It's just what you have here. If you work a rotating roster and you have kids, put in those times. Also, build a schedule that, a lot of shift workers probably have 2 or 3 ideal formulas. So for a lot of people that we work with is like, I would do 3 ideal weeks, the night shift, the morning shift, and the day shift, the midday afternoon shift. And so when that day arose, they could literally go, boom, that's what I'm doing. Another way you could do it is you could work out what is your like schedule. So if you work night shift, what does that look like? So if you don't like the ideal work week, do the ideal day. So like, what time did you wake up? When would you eat? How many meals would you have? So you go, I wake up at 6. I do water first. Then I have my first meal an hour after I wake up. And then I eat another meal 4 hours after that. I'll have a coffee 2 hours after waking up. I'll have another meal 4 hours after that second meal. And then I'll have a light meal 3 hours after that. And so you can literally shift that routine and schedule. So if you wake up in the morning, 6 a.m., great. If you wake up doing a night shift, well, cool. What is the time that you get up? Well, that's 4 p.m. Well, that's technically the 6 a.m. time. So you go, cool. Drink the water. Yep. Can I do this? No. Okay, that clashes with the schedule. Okay, cool. Probably need to adjust how I would eat. Cool. I do either a meal or I do a shake. So I'm still getting nutrients in. Do I do a coffee? Maybe. Or do I have to do something else? So your ideal work week might not suit you. However, you can amend that and adjust it to be the ideal day, and you can then shift and like slot that day in, right? Because remember, if you're using someone else's formula, it's not going to work. You'll find what works for you. So got ideal work week, ideal work day. You could do 3 different work weeks or life weeks because of the schedules that you run. But ideally, then this gives you the power to go, okay, I know what I'm eating, I know what I'm doing. And if I can't do this, I'm utilizing a protein shake, a supplement, or you could smart fast and just do lots of liquids through the day. Like I do greens and aminos. Don't eat until you're ready. Because sometimes having a shift in schedule, or the kids are frantic and running around, or the schedule's all off and you're working extra hours, that's a lot of stress on the body. Now, eating food forces the digestion to work. It's like, hey, I want you to do bicep curls the entire time that you're listening to this. Like, there's going to be some fatigue, not like bad stress or anything, but it's just a stressor on the body that we just have to be cautious of. So now, hello to the person who has commented. Costa the King. I can now see messages. Fantastic. Hope you're well, sir. So hopefully that will help adjusting the schedules, work weeks. Remember, every so often, like for me, Friday night or Saturday morning, I do and I'm saying this out now because I'm like, Friday night, we have people over sometimes. I'm really going to stop doing Friday nights because it's not actually serving me as well as it could. I could do Saturdays, and that's probably what I should do. Because normally what I do is I train in the morning and then I go see Kate. It's like, cool, I probably shouldn't see Kate. Like, yes, I love Kate and everything, but to get done what I need to get done, I probably need to like walk from where I train to a cafe, have my coffee rather than after training. So like I'm creating a journey and like I can meet Kate there, and that gives me at least the 20 to 30 minutes that I want to sit down, journal, reflect, and work through it. Now you don't have to journal. You could use your telephono, use notes. It's really cool journaling, like on the grand scheme of things. Like I've journaled probably for the last since 2018 now. I have not daily, like there are like weeks where I've written, oh, it's been like 3 weeks, Carl. Well, welcome back. I'm reading that this week and I'm like, wow, that's pretty funny. I'm a real tool to myself. So yeah, be reasonable. It doesn't have to be every day. But journaling will help because since 2018, I've been able to reflect. And it's interesting because I've done clients' goals and I sent them actually photos 2020, 2021. And some old clients that I haven't worked with for a few years are like, wow, thank you so much. It's amazing. Like that we get into the flow of stuff and we just forget. And it's really helpful because I can see, well, what did I do then? And what am I doing now? And I might realize I just haven't changed anything. Cool, now it's time to change. So hopefully this is helpful to answer that question. In summary, you've got an ideal schedule, ideal day. Now, when it comes to meals and timings, I think a lot of people just beat themselves up. Understand what's more of a priority or importance to you. Is it career and work, or is it your health? Now, if you're saying career, I'm going to challenge you and say, well, if you worked on your health and fitness, you would obviously have more energy, have more time, and be able to do more at work. It's really just asking, how do I say this? Most people will say you've got to ask yourself a list of questions. Okay. I would ask you, how can you simplify it into one question? So like for me, we do Kate and I will do a thing called a theme. So what was the theme of your year? My theme was to be overly prepared. Now, through that theme, I've realized, oh, there's some gaps here. It's like, I tweaked it halfway. It's like to be heavily overly prepared and detailed orientated. So, you can be overly prepared, but it's not like, it still has mistakes. So tweaking that. Now, instead of having the theme, it'll be a question. So it's like, how can I provide an outstanding experience that helps people change their lives, get more energy, have more focus, and have more time? And so if I am going to take people axe throwing, as an example, will that provide an experience? Yes. Will it give them more time and more energy? Well, some could say no. And if you say no, then cool. That means we don't do that. For others, they might go, well, if I organize it so you don't have to and you just show up, that would save you the time and space of thinking about it, and I schedule it. So I can create an amazing experience and can actually provide a way for people to downregulate, get out of their heads, and do that. Cool. Well, let's do that. For a person who's, you're working 7, 12-hour days, big schedules, rotating rosters, it's like, well, cool. The question could be like, how can I be a strong, happy, healthy individual? Now, how can I be a strong, happy, healthy individual? Well, I would sleep my 7 to 8 hours. What if I can't? Well, I probably would supplement with magnesium to maximize the recovery, or I'd have a magnesium bath after I finish a day of work. I don't have a bath. And so it creates this cascade of effect, which is like, cool, I'll have a cold shower for 1 minute. I'll do hot-cold therapy. So I do 1 minute cold, 1 minute hot, 1 minute cold, 1 minute hot. I should finish on cold, but I really don't like the cold, so I'll finish on hot. And that will help stimulate the lymphatic system, which will help with inflammation recovery. Cool, great. Now I've got a strategy there. Strong, happy, healthy. Okay, well, I should train 5 times a week. It's really hard with time. What if I could do it with 4? Hey, coach, or hey, Jordan, can we train 3 or 4 times a week? Or Grant, or Eddie, or Carl, like whichever coach. Like we have a team, guys, so you can reach out to all of them. I will pair them off against one another. Honestly, just put it in the comments and I'll respond to you. I'll do it now. Is how can I get the most out of my strength training, maximize time? Train 3 times a week, full body. If you want to get a little bit more, train 4 times a week, but upper and lower split. Now for me, I do 4. Well, I do 4. Sometimes I get a bonus, but I'll do 4, and I did upper body with arms. I do lower body today, lower body. Every day I train calves. Of course. Got to have those calves. Coming for you, Dad. Then I'll train deadlifts. Sorry. Yeah, it's meant to be the other way. I was meant to train legs yesterday. It didn't. Whoops. So yeah, sorry. Lower body, squats, upper body, bench, arms. Then I'll do deadlifts with accessories and leg work as well. And then I do a vertical arm day. So vertical press, triceps, biceps, mostly arms. And that's how I'll do 4 days. So it's like upper, lower, but you'll change from vertical to horizontal. All right. And if you're curious, we can send you out a program. Happy to do that. So yeah, how do I make sure I'm getting strong? Progressively increasing weight. Awesome. Yep. Even my mind thinks thumbs up. If I'm not progressing in weight, it's time to change. And everyone's different. I like 4s and 5s. Probably for one more time, I should train 3 times a week, but I really just enjoy training, so I don't, because that makes me happy, right? For others, they're like, yeah, I'll do 3. That works perfectly. Great. That's the question you ask yourself, and it helps you find out what works for you, right? So having a primary question will just help you align. So if someone's like, hey, can you work an extra 6 hours? You know, oh, strong, happy, healthy. Well, you know, financially, that would make me really happy, because then I could use that money to get a spa or a sauna treatment. Awesome. Would it affect my strength? Well, yeah, it would affect my sleep. Yeah, no, I can't do that. So have a primary question, whatever it is for you. Remember, everyone has their own question. If you're stuck on it, or if you want some help, let's organize a call or check in as a question, and we can definitely go deeper on that one. And hopefully that helps you with energy. If you're still going, things that can help for me, I look to get as much sunlight as possible first thing in the morning. On the eyes, 5 minutes, helps reset, stimulate the circadian rhythms. People like to supplement with vitamin D. I do at times, though I tend to get more sun now. I'm lucky I'm pasty white, so I just absorb it all within a minute probably. If you're darker and more tan, then you need more time. Magnesium is my go-to every night, but I use a combination of different magnesiums. So magnesium active muscle for Designs for Health has taurine, which helps with energy. So I have and magnesium citrate. So I use that for post-workout in the morning. So have coffee, and then I'll do active muscle. In the night, I'll use nighttime mag, and then I use 3 grams of fish oil in the morning with a supplement for cardiovascular, because I am wanting to improve cardiovascular health. And so I do 2 to 3 cardio sessions through the week. Though honestly, just tag it on, like do 15 to 20 minutes of elliptical pre-workout, because this also serves as a warm-up, and then do your 45 to 60-minute training session. So I hope that all helps. If any more questions, guys, let me know. So what we have in summary, if you're feeling overwhelmed, struggling, tired, lethargic, and just don't feel like you've got enough time, here's how you can get more time. Build an ideal work week or an ideal work day. Next, have a primary question that you can always check in with rather than a list of questions or tasks. Primary question, align with that. How can I have an outstanding life? Great, ask that. It's like, what would someone who has an outstanding life do for training? They train 3 times a week, 4 times, whatever your answer, do that. I don't know the answer. Cool. Reach out, ask a coach. What would you do 3-4 times a week for this result? Ideal life for work. Well, I would work 5 days a week and I would read a book a week. Then do it. At the end of the week, what are 3 things that went well? So follow up with questions. What didn't go well, and what can I improve? You'll refine and define this over the weeks. Don't completely change everything till after 6 to 12 months, where you can actually go, yeah, that really worked, or it didn't. If you're feeling really tired and lethargic, remember it's from your past experiences and your past routines. So making changes and shifts are important, though don't become too reactive to those changes right away. Remember, you're on the journey to improve, and a lot of the time people forget it's taken months to years to get to where they are, and then they expect to see a dramatic change. You can, in supplementation and big changes with your nutrition, and having a coach there to track the data for you will help. To do it on your own, those are some strategies and tips to help you. Until next time, reach out, comment below, ask questions, always here to help, and until next time.